Hey guys, welcome to the stream. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and everyone like the video. My name is Brian Craig, and we've got a lot to talk about this stream. I'll tell you, what's going on with the Freedom Truckers in Canada is, of course, going to be a big topic today. I got a few other things we're going to talk about too, not just the Freedom Truckers. But the Freedom Truckers is a big one because it's not over yet, regardless of what you may think. And we may take some calls later. I'll give out the number, and maybe we'll take some calls. And welcome, everyone. Yes. And I'm just going to jump right into it. And I watched a lot of the live streams yesterday. Some of you guys probably did too, of the Freedom Truckers. And I got to tell you, I've been watching on television and in person protest my entire life, both in person and on television in this country, in the United States. And I have never seen a group of such calm, cool, collected, and polite protesters who are also so neat and tidy. I didn't even see any litter. Did you guys? These guys, I was watching all of this. There were aerial shots. There's people with cell phone cameras. There's a lot of vloggers there and everything else. And I've never seen something that a big protest like this, especially when they bring in, I know they're police, but soldiers, where there's no destruction, there's no vandalism, not even littering. In this country, man, when there's protests like that, there's looting, fires, physical attacks on officers. I didn't see people throwing bottles or anything that we've seen in America. And still, boom, they went in. And I want to go through some of this. And there's some dramatic photographs. And then there is a nationwide manhunt going on for Freedom Convoy members and their supporters. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I want to go through the story because there's some dramatic photographs here in the Daily Mail. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. You're going to love this channel. I promise you that. Okay, so this is an article in the Daily Mail today, which is all about what happened. Armed riot cops clash with final Freedom Convoy protesters as they clear them from Trudeau's Ottawa doorstep after Parliament suspended debate on woke leaders' bid to enact draconian emergency powers. 170 arrested, 50 trucks towed. And I'm guessing that those numbers are very conservative. I think the numbers are much higher than that. They've got to be much, much higher than that. Heavily armed police and riot cops. And if you watch this, I thought it was interesting. I was watching. There were a group of, they look like soldiers to me. They had gas masks on, helmets and shields. They were wearing green military uniforms with no names, no badges. And I was watching this. Did you guys see this lined up yesterday? And one guy kept making a fist at the convoy protesters. And I heard one of the Freedom Convoy guys there. I think it was one of the news vloggers. And he had said that these are not regular police. Look, there's no badges. They don't even have a Canadian flag on. He said they are French-Canadian separatists who don't speak English, they don't understand English, and they don't want to, and they hate when they hear us sing, "Oh, Canada." I don't know if that's true, but you know the ones I'm talking about. They just had numbers on them. It looked like something out of a 1980s futuristic movie of a totalitarian society taking over America. It didn't look like anything that I'd seen, and not in the United States or Canada before. Heavily armed police and riot cops were in control of downtown Ottawa streets late Saturday after a 2-day military-style operation to smash the Freedom Convoy truck occupation. At least 170 protesters have been arrested since the start of the operation Friday. Nearly 50 trucks and other vehicles have been towed off. Scores of big rigs that have been lining the protest core area of Wellington Street beside the Parliament buildings are gone, some towed. finally being driven away, some of them, after truckers were given 5-minute warnings before they would be arrested and, of course, their truck confiscated. They vanished after police dramatically overran the central location beside Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's office, which has been the epicenter of the 3-week Freedom Convoy blockade by more than 300 trucks, and which had a stage with a video screen and assorted food tents. A smaller number of protest supporters were mingling around other streets into the night, some in small standoffs against police lines, others just wandering around. And you look at these pictures. I mean, look at this. Come on. You know, a protester lies on the ground after being apprehended during Saturday's Freedom Convoy protest. Is this a little heavy-handed, don't you think? Peaceful protesters singing "Oh Canada," no violence, no looting. You know, if this was like one of these protests in America where they're looting businesses, burning local business, like in Ferguson. Remember Ferguson? Okay, move in, do this. But these are people that are just basically having like a state fair kind of situation going on. Never seen overhanded tactics like this before. This is the same guy, I believe. Yeah, this is the same guy. Look at this. My goodness. Doesn't this look like, what's that, like that THX movie of George Lucas's? Come on. Bringing in the horses. What are these, Clydesdale horses? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, what I was talking about yesterday when I was talking about this is in Canada, they don't have a history of civil disobedience like we have in this country, right? America was founded on a violent revolution. And even before the revolution, there were lots of protests going on by the American colonists. And at every point in American history, at no matter what point you're in, there have been protests, civil disobedience. Canada didn't have any of this. Canada was just given their independence, given their freedom, if that's what you call it. And the authorities and the government officials do not understand protests, civil disobedience. They just don't get it. It's not part of their culture. I'm not defending them. This was wrong, and this is a human rights abuse. Where is Amnesty International? Where is the International Red Cross? And where are these prisoners being taken? I haven't seen any mugshots. What kind of due process, what kind of rights do they get after they're arrested and taken away? I mean, come on. These guys, they're not, lost my picture. Hold on, guys. Let me pull it back up. The browser closed down. Hold on. Okay, here we are. Let's get back through this here. These guys, look at this. Totally unarmed. Obviously, this guy here on the left side of the screen, near Captain America, that looks like a Captain America helmet, the guy with the brown hat on, he's having a conversation like, please lay off, we're cool, everything's cool. And look what they have. They have out the billy clubs. I mean, does this not look like what the Democrats did to African Americans during the civil rights movement in the Deep South in this country? It looks like that way to me. The only difference is everyone's white and it's in color. I mean, look at this guy in the center. Look at this. Come on. Look at this. Really? This is all in the Daily Mail, these photographs. I saw this guy on some of the videos. He's Muslim. He's praying. He had claimed that one protester said his prayers on a map with the Canadian Bill of Rights in the top corner. You know, and if this is the guy I saw on YouTube yesterday, he said that they took his prayer rug. And, you know, I know we got a lot of Canadians in here, and, you know, we hear a lot of Canadians talking about the rights and charters that they have. And a lot of people have been comparing that to the American Constitution that we have here. And we don't know too much. In America, we don't learn anything about Canada and your history, really, we don't. But I did some research yesterday on the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And it is nothing like the Constitution of the United States. And I'll tell you what the difference is. The Canadian rights and charters that the guy there was praying over, and you hear a lot of the Freedom Convoy people talk about, did not even exist until, 1981, 1982, the early 1980s. And it was a law, the Canadian Rights and Charters was a law that was passed by Parliament. The Queen came over and signed it and everything else. So Parliament gave the Canadian people those rights, right? The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Parliament passed that in the early 1980s. And that's what the United States Constitution is different. The United States Constitution wasn't something that put out a bunch of rights that was passed by Congress or those at the Constitutional Convention and said, hey, we in Congress, we are giving you these rights. The United States Constitution says that our rights are given to us by God, by the Creator. And the reason that is, the Founding Fathers of America, very smart. The reason that the founders in the Constitution of the United States said that the rights and liberties in our Constitution were given to us by God is because if they're given to you by man, in this instance in Canada Parliament, man can take them away. If they're given to you by God, only God can take them away. And it's a little more difficult for the government to do. So their rights and charters have nothing in common, really, with the Constitution of the United States. And here's some more photographs. I'll show you some video coming up. I mean, it's just, come on. Come on. Look at this guy. He's not armed. He's just there. And look at this. They got a can of pepper spray in the cops, in the man's face. This is insane. That's come on. Come on. I saw this guy yesterday in one of the videos. These guys look like actors out of a movie. I'm not saying they're fake. I'm just saying that that looks like right out of Central Casting there. I mean, come on. Look at this. Does this look real or does this look like a movie? I mean, this is a female protester was snapped on the ground with a cop behind her in what appeared to be an apprehension. My goodness. My goodness. What a cowardly officer that is. And you can see them back there with the billy clubs. These are the uniform ones. These aren't the ones that that I saw that were in the green, unmarked military uniforms. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Enough cops taking down one guy here? This is insane. They can handle the cold much better than we can in America. And it's interesting that none of these photos are showing those unmarked soldiers. These are all uniformed police officers. Look at this, just holding each other, just in terror. They're dancing, it says there. This is one of the last little strings of protesters. I mean, look at this woman. She's got her coffee. She's got her coffee, and she's got two cops. You know, it seems like these cops in Canada, little wimpy. Doesn't it seem to you that the cops in Canada, in Ottawa, that they called in, they go after old men, they go after women, and they go up against the big trucker, and what do they got, right? They got pepper spray right in the man's face. These cops are pretty cowardly. It seems that they pick on the weakest physical person that they can find to go after and arrest and bring down and get physical with. This is, I mean, come on. This woman, she's got a coffee in one hand and a cigarette in the other, and she's got a squad here of police officers taking her down. What the heck is she going to do? A cigarette in one hand. She's just getting ready for the morning, right? I don't smoke, but I got my coffee. Just there with your coffee, your cigarette. And boom, they go after her. I mean, that's a little, come on. This is a threat to freedom in Canada. You know Trudeau was watching all of this. They did clear it out rather quickly. See, another woman. I mean, what is this? If it wasn't for the snow, I would think this was like ISIS. So look at these guys. They got a woman here. A woman kneels before police in Ottawa as protesters are arrested at the end of the 3-week protest. Bunch of tough guys. A lot of them look big, but maybe they're just fat and got a lot of gear on. I mean, come on. Come on. Now, here's one truck that is getting out of there before confiscation. Look at this guy. Police storm a caravan and arrest a person who refused to leave. He's like in a RV or something. They're pulling this guy out like he's Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad in his RV. A little heavy-handed there. Come on. Give me a break. Not one instance of violence. The only violence with the Freedom Truckers, it's being done by the authorities. My goodness. I mean, come on. Come on. Man looks terrified. Jeez. Yeah. And where's the American media? And here's another one. I don't know. They find the tiniest guys they can find, and that's who they go after. These are really disturbing photographs, aren't they? I mean, there's just no getting around it. Yeah, they're not. Okay, here are the ones. Let me see. Yeah, okay. These are the ones that. Okay, these officers here. These are the officers that I heard one of the YouTubers who was on right in the front of the line of these guys say that these. And if anyone in Canada knows who these guys are. But one of the YouTubers that was up there, he was right in front of these. He said they are French-Canadian separatists. They have no badges, no name tags, not even a Canadian flag. And he said that that they don't speak English, they don't understand English, and they don't want to. And they hate the English-speaking Canadians, and they really hate it when they hear them singing "O Canada." And I haven't really heard these guys identified. And when they were lined, I was watching one YouTuber yesterday. He was right in the front of the line of these guys. And what they were obviously doing was these guys in the green numbered uniforms without any identification. They were trying to instigate the protesters into doing something, which they didn't do. And one of them kept clenching his fist in front of them and everything. It was very strange what was going on there. But I haven't really heard them officially identified yet. No, not these guys in Black Ops uniform. I'm talking about the ones in the green. Yeah, we don't know who they are. And I noticed they got out of there after a while. I guess Trudeau or someone was watching on television and thought the optics were bad, so they had the police come in and get in front of these guys, and then they backed off, and I didn't see them again. Yeah. I mean, look at this guy. My goodness. My goodness. See, here's more of these ununiformed. We don't know who they are. They say they're police here, but we don't know. Oh, here they arrested a big guy. Oh, yeah. They got one big guy there. Look at this. I mean, come on. Carrying the guy out like that? Are you kidding me? Oh, here come the tough cops of Canada. They've got two women here. One's an old lady, and got them handcuffed on the ground. They got them. We got them, Trudeau. We got them. Oh, my goodness. You know, these police should be embarrassed. They really should be ashamed of themselves. They really should. Come on. Come on. Is that it for the photos? We got a few more. So here's another one of the unmarked. We're not sure who they are, wearing the gas masks. Here's the two women. Oh, hold on, my dog wants in. Hold on. All right, Nina. Come on, Nina. You want in? Come on in. Yes. Okay. Nina's coming in. She wants to hear the show. Here's the two women that they showed in the earlier photograph. Now, these cops, they should be so proud of themselves, right? And here's the guy from the RV, another angle. My goodness. Boy, oh boy. Well, here's a protester. Yeah, it is. I mean, and here they are taking a man's truck away. Now, whoever owns this truck, they're going to not only are they going to lose their truck, they're still going to have to pay for it, right? When you have a vehicle that gets confiscated by the government, law enforcement, and you have a loan on it, you still owe the bank that money. So, yeah. And of course, try not to be identified, the police. Here's another angle. Without the gas masks of these unidentified soldiers, not exactly sure who they are. They have not really been identified. Wow. They can handle the cold pretty well up there. See people no shirts and short sleeves on? Forget about that. Wow. Well, luckily some of the people got their trucks out of there. A few stragglers hanging around still. See more of the unidentified soldiers. And they're men or women. That looks like a woman there. I know people have different theories, but I have not heard them officially identified yet. Look, no name tags, no badges, no identification, no Canadian flag. They have numbers on their helmets, which I don't know if that number is an identifier to whoever this is or just to the helmet. We don't know. And these are very strange. And these guys, see, they got the zip ties going on. These are not those guys with the masks down. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Another angle of that guy. So that's that. And that's pretty frightening, I got to tell you. Now, this is really frightening. And this is what my thumbnail is about a nationwide manhunt for the Freedom Convoy truckers and their supporters. I'm going to play the video of this. This is the chief of police of Ottawa.
If the protest...
And he had a press conference yesterday. Let's listen. Listen to this. This is absolutely amazing that this guy here, this is what I was talking about, how, a couple things in Canada. The only people I've seen upset, except some trolls, there's a few trolls on Twitter, but the only people I've really seen upset in Canada about the convoy and what they're doing are government officials, like the chief of police, right? I haven't heard groups of regular people where the media have gone to people on the street. What do you think about this convoy in Ottawa? I haven't heard them do any of that. The only people complaining are government officials, right? And again, a couple trolls here and there. And Cat Turd on Twitter. You guys follow Cat Turd on Twitter? You should. Cat Turd is very good on Twitter. Was tweeted yesterday that a lot of these pro-government Canadians on Twitter, he says they're fake accounts, bot accounts. That he said, look at their follow count. Look at when they were started. So, yeah. But this is the chief of police of Ottawa, who's very firm, and he's as firm on this as he is bald, and he's in a press conference, and he's asked some questions by reporters and gives an answer that I think is chilling.
If the protesters at this point, retreat and go home, are they going to be getting sort of repercussions down the road, or are you going to be sort of actively pursuing the people that you've been sort of documenting and filming who are still out there protesting? What are your plans after this, after the protest is over?
Thank you. It's a great question. And the simple answer is yes. If you are involved in this protest, we will actively look to identify you and follow up with financial sanctions and criminal charges. Absolutely. This investigation will go on for months to come. It has many, many different streams, both from a federal financial level, from a provincial licensing level, from a criminal code level, from a municipal breach of court order, breach of court injunction level. It will be a complicated and time-consuming investigation that will go on for a period of time. You have my commitment that that investigation will continue, and we will hold people accountable for taking our streets over.
Wow. Wow. I mean, this guy, so this is going to be going on for, this is, a lot of questions, because the crackdown in Canada began after the phone call with Biden and Trudeau. And big question has been, what role is the Biden administration and the government of the United States playing in this? Are they advising? Are they helping? And if you notice, yeah, I know. If you notice what's going on here, they're treating the convoy and their supporters, and by the way, supporters means giving a couple of dollars on a crowdfunding site. Now you're a supporter. They're treating them like they were treating the January 6th people. Now, I'm going to put the phone number in the chat here. I'll pin it to the top. If you'd like to call in, please do. This is not the number I use during the week. This is a new number. And you can call me live right here on the stream, 561-453-0328. And I'll pin it up there for you guys. And we'll take some calls on this if you would like to call in. 561-453-0328. You can call me right here live on the stream. And I believe that there's a lot of cooperation going on right here in the United States from our government, maybe Homeland Security. Who knows? Who knows? And they view themselves as having a common enemy. And I think the common enemy is more specific. I think the Canadian and the American government view the Freedom Convoy as part of the MAGA movement. And I was watching yesterday Madison Cawthorn, great Congress, our new congressman, the young kid who's in Congress. And he was speaking to a group in Texas yesterday with Marjorie Taylor Greene. And Madison, hey there, Gary, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, by the way, make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and everyone in there, please like the video because that helps spread the word. All those things you do, liking the video, clicking the notification bell, subscribing, it tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend not just this video, but all of my content to other people that may not have found me yet. And that, of course, helps. And I would appreciate that if you guys would do all of those things. But anyway, Madison Cawthorn, he was with Marjorie Taylor Greene in Texas yesterday and was talking. And he said something, Madison Cawthorn, that was chilling. He said, when he went to Washington, he started working around and seeing in person at work all the people we see in the news. This is Madison Cawthorn talking, like Nancy Pelosi. And he said one thing he noticed about these people off the bat. Well, thank you. Yes. Thank you. He said one thing that he noticed off the bat was that these people don't sleep. He said Nancy Pelosi and her minions don't sleep. They work day and night, 24 hours a day, furthering their agenda. And their agenda, you know what that is. And January 6th gave them their boogeyman that they're going to use for everything for many years to come. And in Canada, they have this. And, I've been saying for the last 3 weeks that the Freedom Convoy is happening because Trump came down the escalator. Welcome to the new subscribers. Yes. Well, thank you. Welcome to the new subscribers. And they are working together to stop this MAGA movement, which gone north of the border. Another new subscriber. Welcome. Yeah, this new setup is courtesy of my daughter did all this for me. Oh, we'll take a call. Hello there. Welcome to the stream. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Dana Ryder from Pulaski, New York.
All right, Dana from New York. What's up?
I was wondering if I could get on.
You're on now, man.
What? I'm
You're
watching
on
your
now,
stream.
live.
I'm watching your stream. It's not.
Well, there's a delay.
Oh, there is.
There's a delay. Yes, a slight delay. You are on. Yes. What's on your mind? I'm doing all right. What's on your mind?
I think this is crazy, dude.
What's crazy?
The whole Canadian trucker thing.
Well, what about it specifically? Do you turn the volume down on your computer so?
Okay, you got it.
So we can hear each other better on the phone.
Okay.
Okay, you say the whole Canadian trucker thing is crazy. What specifically about it is crazy? What aspect do you think is crazy?
I think it's way too much government overreach there. We got I've been watching. I'm not watching the mainstream media because every time you go on there, they're like covering for the cops, making it act like they're getting the bad under the stick or something. And then you go and you look at the independent live streams, and people are getting knees to their head, and one got tear gas, the other one got ran over by a horse, the old lady in a stroller, dude, and these cops don't care. They're sitting there looking at them in the face, and they're smiling and they're laughing about it.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing, okay? Out of all the protests we've ever seen as Americans, the Freedom Convoy is the most mild protest probably since the Martin Luther King era. Totally nonviolent. And one thing people are making fun of me for pointing this out. There is not even a scrap of litter on the ground. They're neat and tidy. They've been living out there for 3 weeks, and they've been taking care of all the garbage, and they've been taking it away. There are not even garbage cans overflowing with garbage. And they move in like this. In this country, the protesters burn down businesses, loot towns, and steal everything. Yep. And the police just sit back and watch. The police, this is beyond the issue that inspired the original protest, the mandate. This is the freedom of just to, hey, speak out and say, we don't like what our government's doing, and we're here peacefully modeling our protest after Gandhi and Martin Luther King, which is peaceful protest, and they move in like stormtroopers.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's exactly what I was streaming a video the other day of somebody else's video, and I seen them all coming in, and from that big UFO shaped building, and it looked like stormtroopers coming in.
Yeah, and what I'm wondering is because they started doing the arrest actually on Thursday. Thursday is afternoon is when they arrested the couple of top leaders. Okay, and they've arrested. They're saying 150, which is probably very low number, but I haven't seen any mugshots. I haven't seen any. Where are they taking them? Do they have attorneys?
They've been saying they're just taking them and dropping them off like in a little like in random towns is what they're saying. They're not getting arrested.
No, I got a call from a listener in the middle of the week last week from Canada.
Yeah.
And he said that the police took over a building nearby and set it up as a jail facility to hold people that they were arresting from the protest. There's no way they're arresting these people and just letting them go. They're holding them somewhere.
That's all I heard.
Well,
I didn't hear your side.
I would say, well, I don't have a side. I mean, I don't know. It has not been confirmed. The way they're moving in, they didn't just pick these people up and then release them because they don't want them to go back and start another protest. There's been no official news as to what has happened to any of them since the arrest began on Thursday.
I just read something earlier. Part of their bail agreement when they get arrested is that they have to leave. They can't go back to the trucker thing.
I don't believe that they just arrested the leaders on Thursday and let them go.
I don't think the leaders. Yeah. I'm talking about the random people that get picked off.
Oh, no. People that are just walking around that they're clearing out. Yeah, I'm not. No. Yeah, but that guy that they pulled out of the RV that I was showing a minute ago, you think they just pulled him out of an RV and arrested him with SWAT and said, here, go away, just promise not to come back? I don't think so. Yeah, nope. I don't think so. No. I'm not talking.
I don't either.
Yeah. Hey, listen, appreciate the call, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. Good work.
All right. All
Thanks.
right. That's right. And if you'd like to call in, the number is pinned right there in the at the top of the chat. 561-453-0328. That's the call-in number if you'd like to call in. Now, one thing I was talking about on the stream yesterday, and now finally we have members of Congress that are talking about this. I want to make sure I get the right name on this. Who did this? Which congressman? Was it Mo Brooks? Who said they wanted to do this? Well, let me go through the story. It'll tell. I can't remember which congressman said they want to do this. But political asylum GOP representative offers salvation for truckers attacked by Trudeau. And this is, I was talking about this yesterday. What if the truckers, this would be an amazing, this should be the next move for the Freedom Convoy, okay? Drive to the American border and request political asylum because you're a political prisoner or being threatened with arrest because of your politics. Request political asylum in the United States. Would that not be amazing? That would be spectacular. This is in Trending Politics, by the way, which is a very, very good conservative website that you should check out. It says here, right now, Trudeau's thugs are roughing up the Freedom Convoy protesters that bravely remain in Ottawa, protesting the mandates and standing up for their rights. But which congressman said that they should? Yeah, it was Mo Brooks. I was right. Republican Congressman Mo Brooks from Alabama, who recently offered up a potential solution, at least in the short term, offer the Canadian truckers political asylum. I'm glad that Mo Brooks said this because I was talking about it yesterday, and now that Mo Brooks said it, it'll be in the news, and more people will be talking about it. But that will be absolutely that would be such a high-profile moment because what would Biden do? I don't think Biden would allow it. I don't think he'd allow it. And if they're up there, he would have to deny it. Now, Biden made a move yesterday because, there's a U.S. convoy heading from California on their way to D.C. And along the way, they're expected to pick up truckers all the way across the American continent here. And Biden just extended the COVID emergency orders in D.C., And everyone knows why he did that. He did that because he wanted to have control to restrict the American Freedom Convoy once they get there. Oh, we'll take another call. Welcome to the stream. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is John, and I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Hey, John in Toronto. What's going on, man?
Hey, just waking up, always keeping in touch with the news and your news. I love your broadcast. Thank you very much for all your great info.
Well, thank you. Thank you. So what's going on? They're arresting these people. Where are they? The people they're arresting?
Yeah, they are just being dropped off and not being arrested, just being warned if they come back to protest.
No. They arrested. I don't believe that. They arrested the leaders on Thursday. Where are they? They released the leaders?
I don't know that information, but it's a big cover-up from all branches of government. Back in 2021, May, CBC reported that the Canadian government ordered 400 million COVID shots, and Trudeau wanted this.
Well, I don't want to get sidetracked on other issues. I want to specifically talk about this because this is how things work. Hold on.
This is how mandates are made. This is why the mandates. Why we're protesting because they want to keep this.
I understand. Right? Yes, but I don't. But I want to find out. See, in America, when there's a mass protest like this and there's arrest, you see mugshots on television. People have a right to an attorney. They get arraigned in court. And the leaders were arrested on Thursday, and here we are on Sunday. I haven't seen a mugshot. I haven't seen an attorney. I haven't seen a hearing. And I do agree that most of the regular people that are just wandering around are being released, but people that are active, people that were actively involved in the organization, there's a media blackout and a government blackout on what their current status is. And I think that's very, very important for people to know. Is that typical in Canada? What rights do you have when you're arrested there?
24 hours, they should release you.
Well, we're like 72. Hey, listen,
yeah, 24 hours.
Yeah, thanks for the call. No, we're like 3 days into some of these arrests. You know, they're like 3 days into some of these arrests. And a lot of these reports about catch and release, there's a lot of confusion here, okay? The catch and release are for the regular people. Like the lady I was showing with the coffee and the cigarette, that's a catch and release person, okay? Someone says all the leaders are out on bail. Well, where are they? Where are they? Why am I not seeing them all over the place? I don't know. I'd like to see them. In fact, I think the leaders of the Freedom Truckers, they should definitely come to America. And I don't know, find a place. I see people by the thousands walking across all day at the southern border. The leaders of the Freedom Convoy should cross over into the United States, set up their organization here as political exiles, and request political asylum from the United States government. Now, my advice would be, though, is before you come out and do that, come to like where I'm at, Florida. Ron DeSantis is free Florida, or Texas, and request political asylum in Florida would be your best bet. And if you can't make it to Florida, make it to Texas. Don't do it in Michigan or New York or one of those liberal border states, because you're not going to get any support from the states there. But in Florida and in Texas, and especially Florida, you would get you'd get some support there. And now this is more heavy-handed action by the authorities and the government. Outraged citizens flood Ottawa police phone lines with complaint calls about horrific treatment of protesters. Police respond. Welcome. New subscriber. Thank you. The police respond by threatening callers with criminal charges. Listen to this. In response, this is in the Gateway Pundit, this article, which is another great conservative website. I was just moving on, John. That's all. Some other people were calling. That's all. In response to the brutal treatment of protesters by law enforcement officers, as they forcefully clear the streets of Ottawa, outraged citizens flooded the Ottawa Police Department phone lines on Saturday to express their disgust over the police's horrific actions, and in some cases, likely to report some of the abuse. Following the wave of calls, the police decided that the best response would be just to threaten the callers with criminal charges, because it's worked so well for everything else. And ultimately, they are tyrants, so it makes perfect sense. The police tweeted out a plea for people to stop calling on Saturday, making clear that it's no longer okay for concerned citizens to call about what the police are doing to the peaceful protesters. Sorry about that, John. I was a little short. Next time I'll give you more time, okay? And this is what the police tweeted out. We know the events in Ottawa are upsetting. Still, we're asking people to stop calling critical, emergency, and operational phone lines to express displeasure about the police action to remove an unlawful assembly downtown. Lives can depend on 911 calls getting through. It's a crime to unnecessarily call 911 or a non-emergency number. We track calls and will charge anyone deliberately interfering with our phone lines. So, So the police have decided... I'll take another call here. The police have decided that there's nothing to see or report here, and if you call and report anything, you're making false police calls. All right. Hello there. You're live on the stream. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Brian, Robert Pinson, Kentucky.
Hey, Robert in Kentucky. What's up?
Hey, just one quick thing. I was listening to what you were saying a while ago about I watched the sheriff or chief of police or whoever it was. I'm telling you, man, if the truckers should have stayed their ground, because now they got everything to worry about, because they're going to hunt them down.
Well, I played the Ottawa police chief said this is going to go on for months. that
Yeah.
people that gave them support. And I don't know what support means. Does support mean a drum of gas? Does it mean a $25 donation on GoFundMe? I don't know what support means, but they're going to be tracking them down. Do you believe what some of the callers are telling me, that all these people, they're catching them and just releasing them? I don't believe that.
No, it ain't happening, man. No. Trudeau hates the people.
Yeah. I don't believe that. And no. And I think there's
He
a lot.
hates
There's
some people, and he's gonna hunt them down just like they're dogs, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna go, and he's gonna push this as far as he can push it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean they can't allow this to happen again. They're, this is in their mind. This is their January 6th moment.
Yeah, you think bad happened at the protest? They ain't seen bad yet.
Well, all right. Well, we don't want to get into that stuff. Hey, listen,
Anyways,
appreciate the call.
I'm just one. All right, see you, man.
All right, take care. Yeah, if you'd like to call in, I pinned the number right there at the top of the chat, 561-453-0328. 561-453-0328. And before I get back to more topics here, I want to tell everyone, of course, about the Thomas Edison of sleep, the inventor of the My Pillow. There he is, Mike Lindell, and a supporter of this program. And if you use our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, you will get incredible deals. And the all-new MyPillow.com website, right here at the top, it says, enter your promo code. And, of course, our promo code is KANE. You enter that promo code and confirm it, boom, and it shows you all the great deals, including $19.98 for the My Pillow, which is the lowest price on the My Pillow. See, I'm in front of the price there. Normally $69.98, just $19.98 with my promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And the My Pillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets. I have 4 sets of these, 2 regular and 2 flannel. These are just spectacular sheets. 60% off with our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, as low as $39.99. The My Pillow My Slippers. I am wearing my Pillow My Slippers right now, and they are 50% off with the promo code KANE at checkout. Multiple styles and colors. These are just a couple. 50% off with our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And by the way, those of you in Canada, our promo code does work in Canada as well, KANE. The prices are different because you're in Canadian dollars and we're in U.S. dollars. The My Pillow bathrobes, of course, I have my Pillow bathrobe, and 30% off with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And they have a bunch of new colors, pink, burgundy, and I have the gray one right here. My wife has the white one. And these are 30% off with the promo code KANE at checkout. Now, if you go down here and click the photograph of, now, whatever special you see, you can take advantage of with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, and support all of my content. If you click on right here with Mike Lindell holding the American flag, there's even some lower prices on some items, including the 6-piece My Pillow towel set with the promo code KANE, KANE, just $29.99 for the My Pillow 6-piece towel set, normally $109.99, over 70% off. And you see they come in all these beautiful colors. These are the ones that my wife and I have. And just incredible deals here. And, of course, this is one, I have this, the 3-inch My Pillow mattress topper, which is the thickest mattress topper that Mike Lindell makes. Comes with a 10-year warranty, and this will change your life. We got it because my wife was suffering from back pain. Back pain gone after one night of sleeping on this, and it's 50% off. 50% off the My Pillow 3-inch mattress topper, and it comes in every size mattress there is. Now, again, whatever special you see at MyPillow.com and the My Store, you can take advantage of with our promo code KANE at checkout. Not just the ones I showed you here, but these are some of my favorite My Pillow items that I have. And don't forget, 50% off the My Pillow My Slippers. I'm wearing my moccasin fur-lined My Slippers right now, and they're very, very comfortable. So that's a great way for you all to support my content. All right, so if you would like to call in, the number is pinned there, and I'm going to move on to some other topics as the stream here goes on, but you're welcome to continue to call in on the Freedom Convoy, and any updates or any comments you have on that are certainly welcome. I want to talk a little bit, though, about this. This is really just a terrible thing. Leah Thomas is the transgendered swimmer from University of Pennsylvania, born biological male. It says here, UPenn's Leah Thomas dominates yet another race, taking first in 100-yard final at Ivy League championships. As sports experts claim, transgendered swimmer suppressed her performance during another race to make her advantage look less obvious. And it goes into some details about that. And that's Leah Thomas right there. And this is, let me find this one photograph. See, there's, where is the one photo I wanted to show you guys? Is it here? Okay, well, here's one. Come on. Is that really fair competition? You know, we have men's sports and we have women's sports. Maybe they should have another league of transgendered athletes. I don't know. But this, you know, as far as I'm concerned, all of these records should be tossed out. And what I've been talking about with this is there's no way that the girl swimmers are happy about this, okay? Because it's screwing up everything. They're swimming against a man. I mean, even Caitlyn Jenner said this is wrong. Michael Phelps has said this is wrong. Scott, $10 super chat. Thank you, Scott. Everyone, please thank Scott. And what I've been calling on for the women swimmers to do during all of this is, well, something they haven't done yet, and that is protest. Protest, protest, protest. And here's my protest idea, is that they should get ready to swim, get on the board to jump in, and then don't. And let Leah Thomas swim against herself and beat herself and come in first place, second place, third place, every place, because no one else swims. That's the only way they're going to stop this. It's just not right. We don't have women's sports anymore because of this. And this Leah Thomas, you know, this is really, truly psychotic behavior, because they're a cheater. When they were swimming in the men's competition, what were they ranked? 200, 300, something like that, when in the mid-2s or the mid-3s? And now they're number one and beating records that will never be able to be broken because they're being beaten by 30 seconds and more, which is just an impossible thing. And if the girl swimmers didn't dive in, if the girl swimmers didn't swim and they said, this is it, okay, and they'd get a lot of negative press and the university might come down on them, but they do that for a number of races, it would be over. It's just not right. Now, if they want to have, a transgendered swimming league or whatever, that's fine. But what I personally believe about Leah Thompson, I mean, I don't know, this is just my opinion. I don't believe that Leah is a truly transitioning transgendered person. I think this is a cheater who couldn't compete with the men, was less than mediocre competing amongst the men, and went to find a way that they could be number one, and they're cheating playing against the girls. I mean, that's just the way it is, in my opinion. Just a complete 100% cheater, okay? And, it's got to be stopped. And, the girls on the team are having their entire lives destroyed because, I didn't realize University of Pennsylvania was considered an Ivy League until this story came out. And I don't follow swimming too much, but I do know this about swimmers. These girls have spent their entire lives since they were little girls in the water preparing for this. This is all they've done, right? Like Venus and Serena Williams. They have spent their entire life to get where they are in swimming. And then you have this cheater come in who is not even embarrassed by it, because every time that she wins a race is high-fiving and jumping up and down for joy like they've won something. Come on, give me a break. It's just not it's not right. You guys, let me know. Is Leah Thomas is cheating? Yes or no? Is this just a cheater, or is this truly a transgendered person who believes that they are right and just? I say cheater. Yes or no? I mean, that's that. You know, what other explanation could you possibly have for what is going on there? Now, who likes a cheater? I'll tell you who likes a cheater, Randall. The media and activists. I mean, that's who apparently likes a cheater, because they're celebrating this as some great civil rights moment, and it is certainly not that. Now, Alec Baldwin, it looks like Alec Baldwin's going to get away with it. And there really needs to be more investigation into this. Look at this. This is in the Daily Mail. Alec Baldwin and wife Hilaria head out for coffee in New York City. As Santa Fe District Attorney reveals, the actor might have fired the gun that killed Rust cinematographer Helena Hutchins without pulling the trigger. Okay. Now, John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard, a few weeks back, did on YouTube. This is on YouTube. If you go and look up John Schneider on YouTube, this video was weeks ago. Might have been a couple of months ago, but it was certainly at least a month ago. He used the same type of weapon that Alec Baldwin used in this shooting and demonstrated how you cannot fire that gun without pulling the trigger, even if you have the hammer pulled back. And it was a very lengthy and detailed demonstration of how you can't do it. By the way, if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, and everyone please like the video and click that notification bell. So let me go through this. On Saturday, Alec Baldwin, who was back in the States from his first acting gig since the tragic shooting on the set of Rust. Yeah, he went over to the UK and filmed a movie. Who the hell would cast Alec Baldwin in a movie after he shot the director and killed the lady cinematographer? What the hell? On Saturday, Alec Baldwin, who was back in the States from his first acting gig since the tragic shooting on the set of Rust, chatted with wife Hilaria, who waited inside the couple's SUV as he made a coffee stop in New York City. Santa Fe District Attorney said it was possible the gun that killed Hutchins went off without Baldwin pulling the trigger, as he had previously claimed in a December interview with ABC, the he being Alec Baldwin. I didn't pull the trigger, Alec Baldwin said at the time. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull the trigger at them. The DA said she asked an do you know, I don't know. I don't know anything about this DA other than they're an idiot, okay? And that she's a she. Do you think it's possible that this lady DA has a thing for Alec Baldwin? Is that possible? I know a lot of ladies got a thing for the Baldwin brothers. The DA said she asked an investigator in the case to bring their own revolver and conducted an unofficial test with two independent inspectors who made sure the gun was empty. Then they visually showed me you can pull the hammer back without actually pulling the trigger and without actually locking it, she said. As the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office approaches its fourth month of an investigation into the incident on the set of the low-budget Western, criminal charges have yet to be filed against Alec Baldwin. You know, listen, this is for a jury to decide. What is this, district attorney here? Is this Alec Baldwin's private defense counsel here? You bring in, you bring up the charges, you bring in both sides of the case, and let a jury decide whether Alec Baldwin pulled the trigger or not. On Tuesday, the actor was hit with a wrongful death suit by Hutchins' family, whose lawyer claimed Baldwin is in complete denial of his role in her death and is blaming others over the October 21st shooting. The slain cinematographer's family also claimed Baldwin is not accepting any responsibility for her sudden death last year and noted that he refused any gun safety training, number one, on the set. Let me see if there's a picture here. There's Alec Baldwin. Life goes on, no changes for him. Let's see if they show the district attorney. His wife is insane, by the way. Remember, she used to pretend to be from Spain. And, I think what happened with her, I think Alec Baldwin found out his wife was not a Spaniard the same time we all found out. I think she pretended to be Hispanic to be more interesting and exotic when she met this movie star and lived the lie with him. And now they have like 83 children, so, he's locked in with her. Let's see if there's a photograph of the DA. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is the DA. Here's the DA. Santa Fe District Attorney Mary Cormac Altwies corroborated that Baldwin's claim he did not pull the trigger could be true. Here she is. Do you think she's got a thing for the Baldwin brothers? Think she's a little starstruck? You think she's attracted to Alec Baldwin? Give me a break. There is no way that gun went off by itself. I'm a gun owner. I own guns. I've owned guns since I was 12 years old, and I've shot them all in all kinds of situations. I have never had a gun that went off without me pulling the trigger, okay? Never. And I've been in some situations, okay, when I was out hunting and things. Have any of you fired a gun without pulling the trigger? And if you go and watch the John Schneider demonstration of the gun, it shows there's no way that gun can go off. He even did like the fanning thing and everything. It doesn't work. You've got to engage the trigger. When you pull the hammer back, it's locked. When you pull the hammer back, it locks the trigger. It just doesn't happen. And when you have the prosecutors acting as a defense, I'm really surprised by this. I must tell you, a lot of people say, well, why aren't you, yeah, of course, he's a rich celebrity and all this stuff. But this didn't happen in California. This happened in New Mexico. So I thought, well, maybe because it's in New Mexico, they're going to handle this, as it should be handled. And no, and I remember it was about 15 years ago is when stories started leaking about George Soros supporting district attorneys around the country in their elections. And here we are 10, 15 years later, all over the country, seeing what that's done, right? We have these pro-criminal DAs. And this thing with Alec Baldwin, the cinematographer he murdered, she was like a liberal, ready for Hillary type, right? She's a Hollywood cinematographer. And, and liberals are even willing to let their own be sacrificed to support their liberal celebrity friends or their political causes. And now we know, we can say with complete confidence that Alec Baldwin is going to not only go free, it's going to be resolved pretty quick, because this story is step one in Alec Baldwin being officially cleared. And, the way that he's behaving, he looks like they've already told him, we've already cleared you, right? Does he look like he's a guy that has a single worry in his mind? Now, I want to just, before I go, I want to do an update on, now yesterday, I showed this video on the stream yesterday, and we have an update. This is the video of the horseback police officers trampling an old lady. Let me just pull this up. This is really, really disturbing. Watch this.
Oh, come on through. Come on through. What is happening here? Wow, what is this lady doing? Trampling horses. Trampling. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my God. They just trampled this lady. They just trampled that lady.
Okay. Isn't that's frightening? Yeah, I know, it's awful, isn't it? Now we have an update. This is her, and because it was unknown whether she had survived or was killed. There was some reporting yesterday. She is a disabled woman. She was reported dead, but thankfully she is alive. I'm not saying alive and well, but she's alive. She's here in the hospital. The elderly disabled woman Welcome to the new subscribers, by the way. Yes. The elderly disabled woman reported by some journalists to have been killed in a Freedom Convoy protest in Ottawa after a police horse trampled her is fortunately alive but does have injuries. Her name's being withheld to protect her privacy. And there she is. So she's in a hospital, and I know those are like the Budweiser Clydesdale horses they brought out, And she's in the hospital. The woman who was trampled by Trudeau's officers is not dead. Her shoulder was dislocated, and she is in the hospital. So the Ottawa police said there were no injuries of any of the protesters. Well, this elderly lady was trampled by the horse. Her shoulder is dislocated, and she's in the hospital. But the police chief is saying no injuries. I don't think so. So she obviously has injuries, but she's alive, which is a good thing. Oh boy, I know. This is how it is. I mean, this is, ever since President Trump's first term ended, Western civilization has not been the same. The English-speaking world has been cracked down on by these globalist elitists. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. Everyone, like the video as well. Yes. Welcome to all the new subscribers. And and make sure you like the video. Click that notification bell. If you're new to the channel, I'm on the radio during the week, and I stream live when I'm on the radio during the week, taking live calls. And I also have a podcast, the Brian Craig Show podcast, that I co-host with my wife, Kathy. I upload that here on my YouTube channel as well. And here I am on the weekend doing live streams from my home podcasting studio. And if you click the notification bell after you subscribe, you'll get a notification when I upload new content or when I go live. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. My name's Brian Craig, and a big thank you to my daughter, Emily, for setting up my home streaming studio here. She did a spectacular job. And thanks for everyone who called in, too.